Hi, good afternoon. I'm Laurie, and I'm, I guess, like the matriarch of the family, and it's all about our crazy family plus one. There's always a plus one. Um, Plus one can be your best friend that you bring home for supper, or plus one can be the doodle bug or the butterfly you catch outside and you bring inside to the house, or it could be your best friend who wants to come over and eat healthy food at our house. Not most of them don't like what we eat. We're whole foods plant-based. They always run the other way. Or if I can trick them into thinking that they're having something good, they'll eat it and then I tell them afterwards. Anyway, back to our crazy life, because that's what it's all about. We have 3 adult children that are each married with wonderful spouses, and they each have their families. We lived with our middle child, which is our daughter, for several years, and right now she lives 3 blocks away from us. And meanwhile, our son, the youngest son, moved in next door and has been there about 2 or 3 years, and he has our youngest grandson. And then our oldest son lives about 20 minutes south of us. So we stay pretty connected as a family all the time. And I think that's what made us decide to pull together and do our crazy life plus one, because our life is always crazy. Being a multi-generational family, and my mother is still with us, and she's going to be 90 this summer, we seem like we bring a lot to life and to share with others through our experiences. We have dealt with so many things, from my dad's Alzheimer's to obesity in the family, and dieting and finding healthy foods for the body, and trying to not always rely on medicine, but to rely on what you fuel and feed your body and the exercising you get. We also share so many common ideals about our faith in God, that God is in the center of all of our lives. So if any time one of us falls or gets into a deep hole and can't get out, or has just gotten so far, we rally around this person, and we help them find their way to climb back out of the hole. There's so many things that confront us nowadays in our lives, with all the social media and the influence of everything. We're bombarded with EMFs constantly throughout the day. If it's not in the kitchen from the stove or the microwave, it's going to be from YouTube blaring, or from your iPhone or your iPad, or if you're sitting in front of a computer. I think our bodies are just totally bombarded by EMFs all day, and possibly all night if you stay hooked up with an earphone to something, listening to music. We have the same, I think, trials and tribulations that other families do. We've buried a grandson at age 11. That had to be one of the hardest things. I have lost my dad about 6 years ago, and that was hard. But I think truly to lose an 11-year-old child from complications from the flu, and it was an incredible experience. And I think it has stayed with all of us and made us stronger as a family going through this. But we've gone through a lot of different things that other families have. And of course, there's some out there that have done things we haven't done. But we're hoping by sharing our life and some of the things that we do, we might be an inspiration to others, or at least have information for them. We have had children with autism, Asperger's, XXX syndrome, my dad with Alzheimer's. We've had depression. I've suffered from agoraphobia. And what's really unique about that is the only 2 things I don't do in my life is I do not drive. Yeah. And I'm always a plus one. And I do not like to go to movies. I'll watch movies at home, but I'm not a big media person, so I tend to not do that. But there were things that brought me through these anxieties and made me a fuller, better person than I am. But we all in life have our different things that we have to learn about what we're faced with, or decisions we have to make. And I'm hoping that our crazy life might help you somewhere in yours. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.